Are your kids aiming for top Ivy League colleges? Are your kids aiming for top 1% scores in SAT or ACT? What is the biggest hurdle? English. To have a strong foundation in English, Test Prep Pundits presents long-term SAT, ACT English program with robust curriculum and experienced teachers. For grades 6 through 10, just $80 a month. Contact us, info@testpreppundits.com, or call us, 844-383-7844.
Fine diamond jewelry is now one click away. Maya Fine Jewels, a family legacy, manufacturing their own jewelry since 1975. Shop online for lab-certified diamond jewelry at Indian prices. Visit your trusted family jeweler, Maya Fine Jewels, at 1315 Oak Tree Road, Islin, New Jersey. Shop online at mayafinejewels.com.
సిలికాన్ ఆంధ్ర మనబడి అమెరికాలో ACS వాస్క్ గుర్తింపు పొందిన ఏకైక తెలుగు విద్యాలయం. మీ పిల్లలను 2021-2022 తరగతులలో చేర్పించండి. తరగతుల నమోదు ప్రారంభమైనది. సెప్టెంబర్ 11, 2021 నుండి తరగతులు ప్రారంభం. మనబడిలో చేర్పిద్దాం, తెలుగు భాష నేర్పిద్దాం. మరిన్ని వివరాలకు సంప్రదించండి manabadi.siliconandhra.org, info@manabadi.siliconandhra.org, 1844-626 బడి.
Hire international teachers who are well trained in U.S. curriculum for just $20 an hour, or for 2 students group, $15 an hour. We teach math, science, and English for elementary, middle, and high school. Contact info@Test Prep Pundits. Call at 844-383-7844.
A new wave in the test prep. Test Prep Pundits offer SAT, PSAT, ACT just for $499, with powerful teachers, with top 1 percentile tutors, and powered by stellar digital curriculum. Contact us at info@testpreppundits.com or call at 844-383-7844.
100% certified precious stone మరియు uncut diamond ఆభరణాల అపూర్వమైన కలెక్షన్. బైబ్యాక్ గ్యారంటీతో పాటు జెమ్స్టోన్ జ్యువెలరీ ఫెస్టివల్ మలబార్ గోల్డెన్ డైమండ్స్ లో.
ఆకర్షణీయమైన చీరలు, అబ్బురపరిచే ధరలు, అందరికీ నచ్చిన, అందరూ మెచ్చిన షో మన లక్కీ మహిళ. బోలెడంత ఎక్సైట్మెంట్, వండర్ఫుల్ విన్నింగ్ మూమెంట్స్.
ఎగ్జాక్ట్ చెప్పారు, మీరే గెలుచుకున్నారండి. కంగ్రాచులేషన్స్, $220.
సెలబ్రిటీ హోస్టులు, అదిరిపోయే పంచులు, సరదా సరదా కబుర్లు.
ఆశ దోశ అప్పడం బడ హెల్ప్ మీరు ఆడుతున్నారు.
ఇలా మరెన్నో మెమరబుల్ మూమెంట్స్ తోటి ఫస్ట్ యానివర్సరీ జరుపుకుంటోంది మన లక్కీ మహిళ. Watch it live only on TV Asia Telugu.
Hello viewers, a warm good evening and a very happy Labor Day weekend. Welcome to the Immigration Attorney Show at Talk Show with the Experts on TV Asia Telugu. Title sponsors, Test Prep Pundits. It's a new wave in Test Prep. They have extensively trained tutors with stellar digital curriculum. They are offering SAT and ACT Prep just for $499. Also, they are offering free boot camp every Saturday. Please visit testpreppundits.com for registration and further details. Also, special thanks to Manabadi, our show sponsor. Silicon Andhra Manabadi is accredited by ACS WASC in the USA. Admissions are open. Please register now. Classes start from September 11, 2021. Join Manabadi and learn Telugu. For more information, please visit manabadi.siliconandhra.org or call 1-844-626-2234. Also, special mention to Maya Fine Jewels. It's a grand jewelry showroom and a manufacturing unit hosting a spectacular collection of diamond and uncut diamond jewelry set in 18 karat and 22 karat gold. Call on 1-732-379-4720 for a video call appointment. It's free shipping too. So please visit Maya Fine Jewels. Also, with us, we have our eminent lawyer, founder of Reddy and Newman law firm, and our favorite, of course, immigration lawyer, Rahul Reddy Garu. A very, very hearty welcome, Andy.
Thanks for inviting Sita Garu.
Rahul Garu, this week, the very hot topic is about the bills are getting introduced, nothing really materializing. What are the chances of the upcoming bill passing, and what should we as our duty do, as people do for the business immigration to get included in the upcoming bill, Andy? Just can you...
Good question, Andy. A lot of immigration bills, the way they're being designed is that they have to go through the Senate with 60 votes.
Okay.
This time, we don't have the same provision, though. The way we have the provisions is that it will go through, because it's a budget bill, though, it will only go through only a simple majority in Senate.
Right.
That's one advantage that we have. To get a 60 votes in Senate is not an easy task for us. To get 51 votes is not a easy task for us. So since it's a budget bill, it doesn't require 60 votes. So we have great chance to get this bill out. However, this is not an immigration bill, because if it's an immigration bill, it would have required 60 votes. So the best provision for us to do is that we need to include our items into this bill.
Right.
We already know that the Republicans and senators, Republicans and Democrats have already decided to have the dreamers in this bill. And they already put an outline of $100 billion allocated to the immigration overall, including the CBP, Customs and Border Protection, and also the USCIS. The provisions that need to be included in this bill are very important, because there is a good chance, because this is a budget bill, it is expected to be passed, signed by the president before October 1st. Remember, October 1st is where the year starts, for the fiscal year starts on October 1st. So it is going to happen. Now, we have put a draft letter to the people to contact the senators and congressmen. There is a lot of people ignore this thing, but you need to understand. Remember that the DACA people, the dreamers, are getting in. Why are we not getting in? Because they lobby very much. We don't. So we put a draft letter for people to write at the bottom of the link, where you can write to the congressman and a senator to have the provisions. For example, we want to increase the number of green cards from 140,000 to 280,000 green cards. We don't want the family members to be counted in the green card numbers. We want the per country quota limit to be taken off.
Right.
We need to have just like the undocumented dreamers. If the parents did not follow the laws and the kids became undocumented, they are going to get the green card in this bill. Shouldn't they have some provision that allows the people who followed the law and followed all the things, paid their taxes, don't they have to be also given the same preference like the people whose parents violated the law? I think so. They should be. That's my, and I recommend that you write a letter. Don't tell that don't give the green card to them, give the green card to other people. Just request what you want. And this draft letter that I have provided at the link, and you will go to RN Law Group, and how to contact the congressman, how to write a letter, all those things are clearly explained. We need to make this effort, because before September 15th, these provisions are going to be there. It will be very seriously discussed. It's a $3.5 trillion bill. In the world, no government large amount of money. Now, our provisions there are little, small. They may not go through a lot of debate, But we have the Senate leadership in our favor. We have the House leadership in our favor. We have the president who is not an anti-immigrant. We have the vice president whose parents have experienced the things what we normally experience. So we have a good thing there. So I request everybody who's listening to this to write a letter to the congressman. The draft is provided there.
Yep. I think everyone who is listening to this, please let's do our due diligence here in getting this introduced into the upcoming bill. Let's the voice speak.
Sure, that's good.
Thank you so much, Andy. So with that, we can get into our first caller for the day, and the caller ending with 8625. Yep. And let's take a quick YouTube question, Rahul Garu. It is from Kumar Patil. So he's asking for a template for InfoPass appointment cover letter. What documents do I need to carry for the appointment is what he's looking for.
InfoPass appointment for what? I don't know what he's speaking about. There are A visa, B visa, C visa, D visa, E visa, all the way to U visa. And some of them have categories, H1, H2, H3. There are different categories. So I don't know which one he's speaking about, so I can't tell why he wants to go for an InfoPass appointment.
Okay, so probably Kumar Garu, you got to elaborate on your requirement better. Yeah, let's get the first caller, Andy, 8625, caller ending with.
Hey, thank you. First of all, happy Vinayak Chavithi.
Same to you, thank you.
My question is, my wife is on B1 and we're trying to change the status to H4. Can she stay on H4 visa? And she already had the H1 receipt. And I do have another question as well.
First, wait. She has a H1 receipt. What do you mean H1 receipt? When did you guys got married?
We got married around June.
Okay. When did she enter into United States?
She on April 30th.
Okay. So she has until October of 2021 to stay. She can apply for the H4 right now immediately. That's not a problem. What's the question about H1B though?
No. My question is actually on H4. Can she stay in US on H4 receipt number?
Absolutely, she can. Once you file the H4, she can stay in United States, sir.
Thank you. And the next question is, this is from my, we are for friend actually. So we are planning to, okay. I'm directly going for the question, sorry. If we fail to, sorry. Hi, Rahul. So the question is, we have an appointment in Canada for the visa interview, but what happened is the consulate emailed us asking what is
this is where are you for your wife or somebody else?
It is for our relative brother.
Okay, let's go. Yeah, so his visa has been cancelled. So what's the question?
No, so the question is, they asked us, where are you guys? Like, are you guys in the US or in Canada? We said we are in US and they cancelled the appointment and they told, come to the Canada and then show us send an email with the proof that you guys are in Canada. We will reschedule your appointment. Now, my question is, if I go to Canada and then email them that I am in Canada, but if I receive, if I did not get the...
I'll tell you what happened there. Huh? The U.S. consulates in Canada and Mexico only allow third country nationals sometimes. So when this person applied for the visa though, most probably he applied as if that he's residing in Canada though. You should apply as a third country national. That could be one of the reasons. The second thing is that they are frequently canceling the third country nationals though, because they're only encouraging people who reside in Canada to apply for the visa. So I would not recommend that you go to Canada and stay there and apply, because you must show the residence though. Residence means you must be staying there for at least 3 to 6 months. So that's not a good time for you to go to Canada, okay?
And
let's go to the next question.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Let's take the next caller, Rahul Garu. Caller ending with 3082. And before the caller's question, there is a A question on YouTube from Sabarinath. And his question is, if visa bill recapture, if the visa recapture bill is approved, how many visas will be available as part of it?
Well, there are many bills right now, guys. One thing is the budget bill, which I want you to write the letters. The visa recapture is kind of amendment to the USCIS appropriations bill by the congressman. If that congresswoman is successful, though, we're going to lose 150,000 green cards that are going to expected to come on October 1st to us. But we will gain up to 80,000 green cards, though, because according to the lawsuit, according to the affidavit signed by the USCIS, though, they are telling that they will adjudicate approximately 180,000 employment-based green cards. That means that there will be a wastage of 80,000 green cards. So this 80,000 will go to the next year, but we are expected to get up to 150,000 next year because of the family. So we will have a net loss of approximately 70,000 green cards if this amendment goes through.
Okay, that's a big number, but yeah.
Yeah, it's a big number. So I wish that the entire bill that is there for the budget bill will include the employment-based immigration, what was being projected before by the 𝐀𝐓𝐓𝐿, which some senators are still there, including Senator Rubio from Florida. McCain, of course, passed away, but there are a lot of other senators that are there. So I hope this bill that includes the provisions of the 𝐀𝐓𝐓𝐿 is included in it, and it doesn't require 60 votes, will be passed. But in general, to answer to that question, we are going to gain 80, we're going to lose 150. So net loss will be 70,000 green cards for us.
That's so weird. I mean, that is the land of the
sure.
law of the land. Yep. So let's take the next caller's question, Andy. Caller ending with 3082. Please press *6 to unmute yourself. I see you when you're back on mute. And also a very humble request to all the callers. Please confine your questions to one or two. Please prioritize your questions so we are giving a chance to everybody in line.
Hello, are you able to hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Hello, ma'am. Yeah, thanks, ma'am. And thanks, Rahul Garu. Thanks for taking my call. And thanks for the service for the community. I have a couple of questions. My status is EB3, July 2013, downgrade case, and I-140 approved, fingerprinting done. And I have a daughter who is aging out in few months. I would say like 3 months from now. So I applied for a F1 also parallelly before a few months, and it's still pending. So now the situation is like, in case if her F1 gets denied, in case, because intent immigration is there, right? So if it gets denied, then the college, will they accept to continue with the pending 485 status?
Yes, they will, and they should, and they will. There's no need for an F1 for her. Other thing you said is that she's aging out. That's the physical aging you're speaking about. According to CESPA, Child Service Protective Act, she's not aging out. She locked her age. She will never become 21 until she gets a green card. So even if it takes 10 years for you to get the green card, she will never age out, though. Because you told me that your I-140 is approved. You told me from September 1st onwards, your final action date is current. She's still under 21. She will be under 21 until she gets a green card. So if the F1 gets rejected, I don't care. Doesn't matter.
So with 485 pending status, she can continue in the college. That's what you're saying,
Absolutely. Right? Absolutely, she can continue in college.
Even no need of H4 or F1, whatever. Pending.
No, she's not eligible for H4 in 3 months. Remember that. She's not eligible for H4, but she's still eligible for the CESPA adjustment of status. She's perfectly in legal status. Since I-140 is approved, final action date is good. She is good to go. The only thing she cannot, the only thing she cannot do until she gets the green card is she cannot get married.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know that. But if I move to EAD, will it affect, sir?
Yeah, you can move to you're safe to move to EAD. Absolutely safe to move to EAD.
So the college will still accept. status.
Oh yeah, the college will accept the status. Next person.
Thank you, Andy. Thank you. Let's take the next caller. Thank you. Let's take the next caller, and we have a YouTube question in the meantime, Rahul Garu. This is from Jay. His question is, my priority date is 28 June 2012, and EB3 downgraded at Texas Center with approved I-140. Biometrics are done. Medicals filed on last October 20 with I-485. Do you think I can get a green card before 30th September of this year? And also, he's actually good that he sent email to the congressman. Thank you.
That's good. I just want to remind that there are different letters that we're keeping, though. Please watch that this week it's a different letter. Previously, we told the congressman not to waste the entire green cards, but this new letter is to increase the number of green cards and also take the discrimination off. Please keep writing those things. You have a good chance of getting the green card. If you look into the number of cases that are already adjudicated, they are already adjudicated 150,000 green cards by August 31st, if I don't, if I recall it exactly, the numbers are around that number. And they were about to adjudicate 30,000, they said. That means that each day they are going to adjudicate approximately around 1,500 green cards until September 30th, though. Hopefully so you will come in the number. Since your biometrics are done, I-140 is approved, medicals are done, you have a good chance of getting by September 30th.
Awesome, Andy. Let's take the caller question here. 7890, that is a caller ending with 7890.
Hello, Rahul. Hello, Sita.
Hello.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah. My question is మా ఆవిడది H4EAD extension apply చేసేది ఉందండి. And she wants to travel in the middle. I mean, it's taking longer time, and she wants to make a trip to India. Can she do that even after applying? Would that cause any issue?
Is she applying H4 or H4 plus EAD?
No, just H4EAD.
No. Is it is it just H4, H4 EAD? Which one is it?
EAD.
So she already has the H4 approval?
Yes.
Why didn't you apply EAD along with H4?
Yeah, I missed it, but...
Okay, anyway, to answer the question though, if she applies for the EAD extension, she travels outside the country and then she comes back on H4. I'm assuming that either she has a stamping or she'll go outside the country, get the stamping and come back. I hope so she's exempt from the travel ban. And then she comes back into the country though. No problem. The EAD will not be denied. EAD will be adjudicated at the proper time. Now, you may have heard the rumors that when you go outside the country, you're abandoning the application. It may be applicable in some of the scenarios, especially when it's a change of status from H1B to H4. But in this case, it's not applicable. Her EAD will, no problem whatsoever because she traveled.
Then the connecting question would be, మా అబ్బాయిది విజిటర్ వీసా ఉందండి ఇండియాకి. హీస్ అ యుఎస్ సిటిజన్. షీ కెన్ కమ్ బ్యాక్ యూజింగ్ హిమ్. బట్ విజిటర్ వీసాతో అలో చేస్తున్నారా లేకపోతే do we have to take a special visa?
Wait. Your son is a US citizen?
Yes.
Are you speaking about the visitor visa in India? Because he doesn't need a visitor visa in US.
Yeah.
I have no knowledge about India though. I'm just a US immigration lawyer. Even though I have, you have to check with the other people, okay?
Thank you so much.
One quick question, Andy. ఇప్పుడు ప్రయారిటీలో ఉన్న వాళ్ళు 2013, 2014 అప్లికేషన్స్ వేసిన వాళ్ళు, can they file a case against USCIS because they already applied and they didn't approve it for 485?
They already filed a case though. We already tried a couple of different cases though. We were not successful on it. We're trying to see how we are. When we are able to do through the legal methods where we see a chance of success, we will announce it. At this point of time, we are getting beaten in the court because the courts are telling they don't have a jurisdiction because this is a discretionary method. But we are trying differently. We are trying different angles. Once it is successful, we'll let you know.
Because there's one case with Chakrabarti versus USCIS, right? Can everyone do that and put a pressure on the USCIS?
I will tell you about that. Yeah, that's a hearing that happened last week, and that's where they submitted the affidavit. The best way to put the pressure at this point of time is to contact the congressman. And we are going to still evaluate on the way that the court is acting. And if there is any positive method, we will come and we will request you to sue and join the litigation, okay? I mean, file a litigation. Next person, please.
Thank you.
Thank you, Andy. So this is again a very humble request to all the callers. Please prioritize your questions so we give a chance to everybody. Sir, do you mind going on mute for a minute before we take a YouTube question?
Sure.
So this is Rahul Garu. This is from Manish Agarwal. His question is, he's on a EB1C with the priority date of 21/12/2020. So I-140 is approved, submitted I-693 with 485, biometrics done last week. When can I expect the GC and how frequently is the status updated?
It can be any day. Since everything is ready for him, I-140 is approved, biometrics have been done, medical is there, final action date is current. It could be any day for him. It could be any day. No, that's all I can tell you. Yeah. But and then can he do anything to get his green card approved before September 30th? Other than writing a letter to the congressman, the second letter that I mentioned in this link though. The first letter is to get everybody the green card more number. The second number is to retain the amount of green cards so that we can use next year, because we don't know whether the amendment is going to be passed or not. So please write those two letters if you have not written. Other than that, there is not much that can be done, Mr. Agarwal.
Okay, so good luck with it. And let's take the caller question. Caller ending with 0952. Thanks for waiting, Andy.
Thank you. No problem. Hi, sir. I have a two-part question. Mm-hmm. So I'm current in EB2 since July, and my application was sent to Nebraska Center because mine is a concurrent processing. And I completed all the I-140 premium approved and biometrics completed, medical sent with the original I-485. But there's hardly any. I initiated expedited processing for the EAD and parole, but they happen to.
I got the point. What is the question though? Everybody wants the.
So my question is how can is there a possibility for Nebraska to adjudicate EB2 applications, because I don't know what is happening. There is no progress. What are the options available for at least EB2?
None other than writing the letter that I have recommended at the bottom of this one. I don't have any because court is not working out. The court things are not working out. We have tried. Court system is not working out. Congressional assistant is not working out. Service request is not working out. The only thing is that contact the congressman, not only to ask for you, but the overall the process, because we have seen when we put a lot of pressure, they have definitely worked much harder than we look into. If you look into the affidavit is submitted by the USCIS, they said they have put more resources, they are putting overtime. They definitely have simplified some of the process. They have exempted some of the interviews. They have contacted people with the email. They have contacted people with the text. They have contacted people with the with calls also. They've done all those things. But one thing they didn't do is they should have fired the people who are responsible for it. They still didn't do it. They should have fired the State Department officials. They should have fired the USCIS officials who are in charge of this one. What were you doing in the first 6 months? Why did not you wake up? It was 150,000. Why did you wake up later on though? You did not tell us. The State Department kept on telling, we expect them to use 150,000 green cards. You both are combined. So we need to put a pressure on them either to fire these people or they can do one other thing. Hey, you give us a green card. They can give a green cards and revoke it next time so that we can use them next year. So they can still do that thing. So that letter is there. But other than that, I do not have, we get contacted by a lot of different people. Can you do something to get my green card before the other guy? I'm sorry, guys. I don't have any method. If some method works for you, I will tell you. And if needed, I'll charge you the money too. But I don't have any specific method. If there is something, I will let you know. Okay? But right now, I want you to write those two letters.
Okay, sure. The other question is like regarding the H4 EAD. So back in November, I filed for my H1, and along with my H1, we filed for the H4 and H4 EAD.
If you're going to ask me about expediting the H4 EAD again, the same answer comes to me.
No, it's not. It's not that. The question is a little different. So, as I mentioned, we received the approval now for the ones that we filed back in November. In August of 2021, I changed employer, and I initiated new H4 for myself.
So, I didn't understand though whether your wife got the H4 plus EAD approval or not.
Yeah, she got the approval. She received the approval. And at the same time, the question is, I have a new H1, right?
So you're changing the company right now. You changed the company.
I already changed. Yeah.
What is your question?
Okay. So the approval that she received was for my previous H1 approval. So the previous H1 that I have filed, she received the approval for. She received the H4. She got adjudicated.
Sir, you told me that 3 times. We already concluded that the H4 plus EAD got approved. You're not getting to the question.
Okay. So, So the new H1 that was approved back in like a month ago in August, we just got a receipt for her H4. We did not file for H4 EAD. My question is, can she use the H4 EAD that she got approved from the one that we filed in November?
Thank you for asking the question. Absolutely, she can. If she has a H4 plus EAD approval, even though you're not working for the company, as long as you maintain the H1B, she can continue working with that H4 plus EAD. Next person, please.
Thank you so much. Again, very humble request to everybody. Please be very crisp in your questions. It saves for everybody else who is in the line. So Rahul Garu, here's a question from Suraj Sheshadri, and his question is, do you see July 2016 be allowed to file for in a new fiscal year? Some predictions here.
Definitely it doesn't look like that it's going to happen in July. Depends on the pressure that we put on the USCIS. If you look into in the past 4 or 5 months, TV Asia audiences have put a lot of pressure, writing the letter to the congressman. We have seen when we have bombarded the letters to the State Department issued a press statement just for us. TV Asia's people, guys, don't send it. We have heard you, and they responded to us. Though the response didn't came in the same way that we expected. If you keep writing letters to the USCIS, we may expect something in November, because we may expect something in November. That's the expectation. There are 2 letters. One is to retain the wastage green cards for the next year. The recent one is to get the number of green cards approved more for the employment base. So if we can be successful, definitely it should be in November. If we fail to do so, then there are 50-50 chances, I would say.
Okay. So let's do our due parts here.
Sure.
Let's take the next caller here, indeed. 2683. Caller ending with 2683. Please prioritize your question, and you seem to be on mute. Please press *6 to unmute yourself. This is for caller 2683. Maybe your phone is muted or you're on mute. Okay.
In the meantime, yes, go ahead.
Yeah, I have a question. I downgraded from EB2 to EB3 at last November. This receipt date is November 6. Center which we filed is Texas. I got a fingerprinting done on August 6th. But EAD, the processing time is going beyond the receipt date. So when can I expect that the EAD? Is there any way?
Let me ask you, is your I-140 approved? What is your priority date?
I-140. Yeah, I-140 not yet approved.
What is your priority date?
November 2013.
One thing I request you is if your company allows you to do the premium processing though. Second thing is that even though I have to tell you something, guys. I mean, let me tell you one thing. The USCIS tells lies online. If you don't believe me, this gentleman is a proof that they're telling that we adjudicated all the 765s that had been filed previous to this date, which is a lie because he's an example of it. The only thing that you can do right now is to raise a service request online. That is the best source for you right now. I would say that it can be expected anytime. Your EAD is expected anytime. If you look into the affidavit of the USCIS, and if you look into some of the draft letters that we have, people have sent letters that people have sent to the USCIS, people have sent to the congressmen though, they are giving more preference to the green card applications than EAD though. Because what we told the USCIS people is that, dummies, why are you adjudicating EADs and advanced parole? Why can't you just give this guy the green card so that you don't have to adjudicate the EAD and AP? So for that, I would recommend that first do premium processing with your company house. Second thing is raise a service request online with the USCIS. Why is your EAD not approved?
Okay.
I can approach congressmen for this.
You can approach, yeah, you can approach congressmen, but I would recommend service request and congressmen. That's the same thing though. It's not much difference between both the things that we have noticed. Okay?
Well, let's
one more thing. Premium process was rejected. Is it any issue? Or,
premium processing is what?
The check back to lawyer, which we send for I-140 premium process.
Yeah, keep refiling. Keep refiling. If the check comes back, keep refiling. Keep refiling. There are cases that we filed 7th time, 8th time that got accepted.
Thank you so much, Andy. Thank you so much. And Rahul Garu, let's take a very short break before the next call, Andy. So we'll be right back after a very quick break.
Are your kids aiming for top Ivy League colleges? Are your kids aiming for top 1% scores in SAT or ACT? What is the biggest hurdle? English. To have a strong foundation in English, Test Prep Pundits presents long-term SAT, ACT English program with robust curriculum and experienced teachers. For grades 6 through 10, just $80 a month. Contact us, info@testpreppundits.com, or call us, 844-383-7844.
Fine diamond jewelry is now one click away. Maya Fine Jewels, a family legacy, manufacturing their own jewelry since 1975. Shop online for lab-certified diamond jewelry at Indian prices. Visit your trusted family jeweler, Maya Fine Jewels, at 1315 Oak Tree Road, Islin, New Jersey. Shop online at mayafinejewels.com.
సిలికాన్ ఆంధ్ర మనబడి అమెరికాలో ACS వాస్క్ గుర్తింపు పొందిన ఏకైక తెలుగు విద్యాలయం. మీ పిల్లలను 2021-2022 తరగతులలో చేర్పించండి. తరగతుల నమోదు ప్రారంభమైనది. సెప్టెంబర్ 11, 2021 నుండి తరగతులు ప్రారంభం. మనబడిలో చేర్పిద్దాం, తెలుగు భాష నేర్పిద్దాం. మరిన్ని వివరాలకు సంప్రదించండి manabadi.siliconandhra.org, info@manabadi.siliconandhra.org, 1-844-626-BUDDY.
Hire international teachers who are well trained in U.S. curriculum for just $20 an hour, or for 2 students group, $15 an hour. We teach math, science, and English for elementary, middle, and high school. Contact info@testpreppundits. Call at 844-383-7844.
A new wave in the test prep. Test prep pundits offer SAT, PSAT, ACT just for $499, with powerful teachers, with top 1 percentile tutors, and powered by stellar digital curriculum. Contact us at info@testpreppundits.com or call at 844-383-7844.
100% certified precious stone మరియు uncut diamond ఆభరణాల అపూర్వమైన కలెక్షన్. బైబ్యాక్ గ్యారంటీతో పాటు జెమ్స్టోన్ జ్యువెలరీ ఫెస్టివల్ Malabar Gold and Diamonds Law.
Welcome back, viewers, and special thank you to our title sponsors, Test Prep Pundits, and our show sponsors, Manabadi and Maya Fine Jewels. Thank you, everyone, for staying in line, and we are back with Rahul Garu here. Rahul Garu, let's take the next YouTube question, Nadi. It is coming from, actually, this is a question that we have picked up from the social media. It is from Anil. And the question is, I came to USA on an F1 visa in August 2021, and now I want to change the university as the fees for the current university is more. So what is your suggestion?
Anil, if you're listening to this one, there are approximately around 4,000 to 5,000 people who are listening to this, our show right now live in different media though. I would say that out of these 4,000 to 5,000 people, 90% of them are making around $100,000 per year. Every goddamn Indian who's an IT guy is making $100,000. I mean, that's a big salary. So when you are considering the aspect of money, when you are going to the university though, I'm sure if you work decent enough though, you're going to make the same amount of money that the rest of all the people are making. So if you can take that little pain, if you have to take a loan, if you have to sell the home there in India, I don't know what you do. I would recommend that you take the pain and go to the proper university and get the proper degree and do the job just like the rest of all the people are doing. Don't worry, that little thousands, $5,000, $10,000 will not matter for you in the long run. It matters for you in a big way because you may end up in a very good job or not end up in a very good job. So it may affect you if you don't try to cut corners. It is not advisable for you to do so. That's my personal advice to you. Second thing is that in the first semester, I would recommend that you take the pain in the first semester though, proper degree and do the job just like
there is some background noise.
46, the gentleman who's on the call, maybe if you can.
4628, couldn't you, the caller name is 4628? Yeah, I think they're on mute.
So in the first semester, you cannot change the university. In the second semester, after you complete your first semester, if you meet all the conditions, you can change to the second university, where the existing university allows you to change and the new university is willing to take. Although my advice is not to do, legally you can do it only after you complete your first semester.
Yeah, I think that's your answer, Anil, and this actually can get applied to a lot of students who are probably in this dual minds at this time because of the fees and everything, Andy. Thanks for the great piece of advice. We have the caller 4628, ending with 4628. Please press *6 to unmute yourself. Rahul, before the next caller, I think, yeah, let's take let's take one more question before we hear from the caller. Sure. It's from Raj, and for the fiscal year 2022, how are the 290K visas allocated? Does USCIS wait until the Q4 2022 to allocate the unused visas? ROW visas?
No, no. Rest of the world visas don't have to.
Can you hear me?
Ma'am, do you mind staying on mute for just staying on mute for a minute? We are just trying to cover one YouTube question. Yeah.
They don't have to wait. If we look into the they have adjudicated very less amount of green card applications for the employment based in the first quarter though. As the quarters went on, the final quarter though, they just did it the first 3 quarters, the amount of green cards that they have given, they almost have given the same amount in the 2 months period that they have done. Okay. And it looks to be that the amount of green cards that they are going to give in the month of September is going to be equal, if not more than the first quarter though. So definitely they could give the green cards in the first quarter and the second quarter. They don't have to wait for the rest of the world, but I don't know the mechanisms that they do. I don't know what that goes in their brain. I think so they need to be fired. That's the only thing. Oh, Sita Garu, it happened. Believe me, in in 2002, I recall, when Bush administration came in, he told all the people to adjudicate the cases faster. The waiting period was 4 years at that point of time. You know how the USCIS is, they come back after 6 months. It moves to 4 months. You know what Bush did, President Bush did? He fired, all district directors are fired. And he didn't fire them immediately. He said that I'm firing you 6 months from now. Within that 6 months period, guess what happened? The processing time came from 4 years, 3 months to 3 months.
Wow.
So there are ways that these people can do it if they have it. There's no reason for them to wait it, but they are waiting it. I think so. They're intentionally wasting the green cards. As we go on, as we file these lawsuits, we'll get more results. But at this point of time, we're not requesting you to join these lawsuits because we need to see the gain for you to join. But we're doing our best efforts to have them answer these questions to find out what's going on.
Yeah,
but yeah, they can do it in the first 3 quarters. They don't have to go for the last quarter like they did this year.
Yeah, I think that accountability has to be there, and thanks for doing it on everybody's behalf here. So thanks so much. This is for the caller 4628. Thanks for waiting. Please have your question. Press *6 to unmute yourself. If you're already muted, I see you muted. Caller. Okay, I think we have the next caller. Let's have the caller question 517.
The caller 4628. Thanks for waiting. Please have your question.
This is for the caller 5971. Probably you're waiting for it getting recorded on the YouTube. Go ahead with your question. Rahul Garu, I think we should be taking a YouTube question without ado. Let's ask this is from Bobby. Question is, when will you expect the EB3 October 30, 2015 to become current?
As we may see some movement in the month of November. That's my expectation, though. We may see some movement in the month of November. October, we are not expecting. We may expect to see good movement in the EB2 filing dates. We may not expect to do much movement, definitely not crossing the January, but based on how the administration is moving, based on how the courts are moving, based on how the law is moving, we may see a drastic movement in November. That's my expectation.
Okay.
And while you're going to the caller, though, there are a lot of questions that are coming on with regards to the Texas Service Center, Nebraska Service Center, the National Benefits Center, though. What we noticed in our office is that the cases that went to the National Benefits Center that will start with MSC have a good number of approvals.
Okay.
The ones that went to Nebraska Service Center, the ones that went to Texas Service Center, though, which starts with the Texas Service Center, which was with SRC. Nebraska starts with LIN. LIN is okay, but Texas Service Center is the worst of all the things. Now, the question that I see in the live chats is that which one goes to which service center?
Right.
When we file, at least in the month of October of 2020, there are only 2 addresses. One is the Phoenix address. One is the Texas address, though. So when we file, though, they randomly allocate to different places for these things to go, and we can't control those things.
Okay.
The ones that ended up in Texas are the people who are getting massacred. I mean, they did not even open the mail for 4 months. I mean, it's terrible. Wow. We got very scared because some of the cases receipt notices were getting all the way to 6 months. So even though your case might have been filed in Texas, in Louisville address, though, because all the downgrade applications which are filed in the normal processing, not the premium processing, goes only to the Louisville address. But some of the things can be allocated to Nebraska. Some of the things can be allocated to the National Benefits Center, though. So they are fine, but anything that is there in the Texas is the worst. If you have a SRC, a very less number of people have got the green card. The one which starts with MSc got a lot of number of people got the green cards.
Okay. So although not in our hands, I think it's purely by coincidental or luck, whatever is happening.
Sure.
Very unfortunate. Yeah, let's take the caller ending with 3515. Thanks for waiting. Please ask your question, Andy. Caller ending with 3515. You have gone back on mute. Please press *6 to unmute yourself.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, please go ahead, Andy.
Yeah, so my priority date is July 2012. My I-140 is approved. And I have a son who is 20 years old and he's on F1 visa. His F1 was approved prior to our adjustment of status application, which was I think in March 2020. My question is that he's graduating in December of 2021, and he's still under 21 years of age. So his age is locked because our I-140 is approved, AOS application is pending. But we do not have the EAD yet. And he has a job offer to start in Jan 2022. So our question is, can we go for F1 OPT considering that our AOS is applied and pending?
These damn guys, if they just adjudicate the 485, they don't have to adjudicate waste their resources on the OPT. But anyway, you asked the question, I have to answer the question. Yes, sir. Your son can apply for OPT EAD. He can. I don't say anything wrong with it.
Yeah, sir, I'm asking this question because our company lawyer said that if you apply for F1 OPT, USCIS will deny it because now you have declared the intent to immigrate, right? And F1 it's supposed to be non-immigrant.
We had situations where we filed the F1 visa declaring that they filed a 485. We haven't yet seen a denial as of now. That is F1 visa, not even EAD. In the EAD, they don't even ask the question whether you filed the 485 or not. I would file it. I haven't seen any denial yet.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Yeah,
sure.
I mean,
I would apply. You know the rule. You can apply. I think so 60 days or 90 days before the graduation. I would apply it. Whichever comes the EAD. If you get the one thing I will tell you though, if you get the 485 EAD, this is what I want you to do with your F1 visa. You don't need it, okay? But if you don't get it, if you get this EAD first, use it. Okay?
Yep.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Because once you get the EAD, he doesn't need a fund visa at all.
Yep.
Right.
Thank you. Thanks so much. Let's take the next caller here. And Rahul Garu, there is a question which is very similar to you, the one that you just were talking about, the delays in the service centers and everything.
Thank you.
This is for the caller ending with 7297. Please, can you go on mute? There's a lot of background noise. Yep. Rahul Garu, this is with respect to the service center delays and everything. I think they want to be a little more cautious here. This is from Srini Rao. Question is, I live in Texas. New perm is approved. It is better to file the I-140 with 485 concurrently, or I think it's I-140 first later than I-485, given the delay at some service centers.
Wow, that's a tough question though. So if he's prior to get his current though, I'm still going with filing the I-140 and 485 together. A lot of things have changed in Texas also as compared to what it was before, where it used to take 4 months. Right now, when we file in Lewiston, Texas, though, they're not taking 4 months. We're getting receipt notices within 15 days. And the allocation could happen, differently at different timings, though. So I'm still going to file I-140 and 485 because you're delaying a month period until, or even more, to get your I-140 approved. I'm still at this is my judgment call. But if your lawyer tells that, no, I'm going to go to the other way, I'm not telling your lawyer is wrong. It's just I like green color. He likes red color. That's all.
Yep. So it's totally your choice, looks like, but there is a suggestion already from Rahul Garu here. So let's take the caller question, Rahul Garu, 7297. That is the caller ending with 7297.
Yeah, good evening, ma'am. Good evening, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, please go ahead.
Yes.
Yeah. Sir, I already spoke to you 3-4 weeks back regarding my spouse biometric reschedule. Actually, initially we moved to different location and they sent for whole location. So I rescheduled my spouse biometric, and they did send for my previously approved spouse 539 application. Already it was approved in February. They did send for that reschedule instead of 485 biometric reschedule. I raised a service request, but service request says they will reschedule other appointment. So I'm not sure how to tackle this situation. So Emma said it's already applied.
Wait. So when you got the biometrics second time, you raised a service request saying that you gave them the wrong thing?
No. So what I did is so she went and gave it the biometrics. Okay. So after that, we
thank you.
Wait.
Oh, thank you. That's good. You saved me. So what you're telling is that when she got the biometrics for the I-539, which she has given previously though, so now they invited for 539. She went to the biometrics, right?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Wow,
So,
you saved my life. Okay, now now you wait. Let me tell you though. In the affidavit of the USCIS, okay, I'm reading it down here. They are telling that they may be using, I'm just looking into it. They may be using they will be using the previously done biometrics for your wives. So even though they have indicated it is for 539, I suspect that 98% of the time it is for the 485. You did rightful thing by raising a service request. Absolutely the best thing, you did it. But right now you are in a better situation. I think so. Her biometrics is done for the 485. Let's go to the next person, Sita Garu. Sita Garu, I just want to advise the rest of the audience is that no matter who tells you what, if you get the biometrics, you do what? You go for the biometrics. There is nothing else. If you live in California, you move to Florida, okay, and you get the biometrics in California, would you postpone it if you're on the 485? No, don't do it. And if you are fearful of the COVID, to fly from California, from one state to another state, this is what I would do. I will take a car, I will go to Walmart, buy a tent, and go to travel, stay in the tent, but I will not postpone my biometrics. I will not reschedule my biometrics. You don't want to feed immigration lawyers. You don't want to do it. They will delay your application. They might even deny your application. It is not worth. You drive it. And some of the other people also, Sita Garu, that I want to take an occasion where people are getting biometrics for a wife, but not the husband, but not the wife. I would suggest that you take your spouse with you with the 485 receipt notice. Okay. There are some times that they are allowing people to take the spouse also and having them biometrics done there itself too. Some of them, they're not allowing it, but it's worth taking a chance. That's what I recommend.
Yeah, I think that's a great piece of advice. Just do what you have to do.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Andy. Let's take the YouTube question here, Rahul Garu. It is from Rachita Mittal. So I interfiled my medical and then received the RFE. My attorney responded to the RFE requesting to use the medical file previously. I still have the RFE copy. Can I again respond with medical?
Yes, medical. Please don't tell them you send it again, okay? This is what my ex-boss, Mr. Halim, told me. Do not fight with the pigs. You may win, you may lose. Either way, I will consider you lost. That is what Mr. Halim told me, that when they're asking you the medical again, even if you have filed in October, we have seen them asking. Even if you have filed in the interfiling, they're asking again. They ask you the medical, you give them the medical again, period. You want to go other way, you can go to lawyers like us. Believe me, they will be making a lot of money like building these kind of buildings. That's a fake thing. I don't have it though. But it's not worth it. It is worth for you to spend the money on a doctor, then a lawyer. Please don't do it. Submit it. Don't tell them, I already interfiled it. They won't listen. Just refile it.
Yeah, I think that's a great piece of advice. Just follow what Rahul Garu suggested. And this, I think, is applicable for everybody who is having a dual mind here about interfiling. So this is we have a next caller, Rahul Garu, caller ending with 4062.
Hi, Rahul sir, and hi, Sita Garu.
Hello.
Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, we can hear you. Please go ahead.
Yeah, so I just called today to say thank you to Rahul sir for your suggestions and your advice. Last week we got our green card without interview. So thank you so much, Rahul sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And you filed in October? You filed in October?
Yes, last year, yes.
Just for my
so
curiosity, how does your file number start with? Can you give me the first three numbers, please?
What do you say?
The file number of you. Is it LIN, SRC, MSC?
It's starting from MC, I think MC.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, MC. Yeah, you're good. That's the numbers that got more according to
you suggest last month. You suggest last month with the employer. So we did, and now we got it without interview and without anything. So, and one more thing, can you give like little video about after 485 when you have time? So all the people got information after we got 485. So what can we do and what don't? So
sure. There is an article. There is an article I've written how to maintain the green card on RN Law Group. So if you can read that, that will be good. But I'll try to, as requested by you, I'll try to make a video pretty soon. The next 1 to 3 weeks.
A lot of people got green cards.
Sure.
So they know.
I'll make a video, ma'am.
Yeah,
Thank you for the
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wish you best of luck in your future endeavors. Thank you.
Thank you, and a very good luck. This is some good news that we have heard in the show also, Andy. And all thanks to you and your suggestions that you have been imparting with so many audience.
They're writing letters to the congressmen. They are benefiting themselves.
Yeah. Thank you so much. And before we take the next caller, let's have the YouTube question here. It is, the question is, looks like they have an approved EB3 with a priority date of May 2013, submitted the 485, 693, 131 and 765 all 3 weeks ago to the service. I think it's a Texas Service Center. Got appointment for biometrics on 9/23. Can I prep one on this? Any chance of them processing green card this month?
Did they say they filed in June?
In May, submitted all 3 weeks ago. So
okay, I'm assuming that they submitted 485 3 weeks ago also. I have seen the cases that were recently submitted also got the biometrics soon though. So yeah, there is a chance. I mean, even if you filed recently, there is a chance you may get the green card by September 30th if the biometrics are done.
Okay, so that's your answer. So be prepared for what to come. What's next to come then?
Yeah.
Let's take the caller question, Rahul Garu. Caller ending with 2207. Please ask your question.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Please.
Okay, perfect. Hi, Rahul Garu. Thank you so much for taking the question. Question is straightforward. I filed my EB3 downgrade in December 2020. Priority date is 2011 June. Biometrics already done. I-140 already approved. My EAD and 485 are still pending. I have an offer from a different employer, which I would like to take. And because my EAD is still pending, they are willing to sponsor H-1B. The question is, if I switch, what impact do you see it having on my existing green card? And number two, which I-140 should I use to switch? Should I use the EB2 I-140 or EB3 I-140?
You filed your I-485 under EB3, is that right? Which you said
Correct.
June
In
of
December
2011. Yeah, so that was not current for EB3 and you got your I-140 approved. First of all, you don't use any I-140 approval to switch the job though. You will be locked with the EB3 priority date though when you move. You will not have an option of switching to EB2 though, because EB2 and EB3 is not with this company, it's with the other company. So if you move to this company, you will be locked under EB3, which I don't feel that as a big problem for you. You're at June of 2020, June of 2011. So I'm not worried for you that you're getting married to EB3 at this point of time when you move to company B.
Okay.
And in the first question to answer the question is that if you move to the company, when you file a 485, when you move based on the AC21, when you file a H1B, I'm fine with it. You might have heard many times, I will not move to the different company even if somebody pays me $500,000. You have heard me probably. I do tell people if the prior date are about to become current and they're moving and they haven't filed a 485, tell them not to move. In your case though, if it's a better opportunity, if I were you, I would move. I will not hesitate. Your I-140 is approved, so that's all. 6 months after you filed a 485, it's been there, so you're clean to go.
And you don't see any issues at all for my 485 getting rejected? Let's say if they use the wrong SOC code when they file the new H1B, you don't see any issues whatsoever?
There are two guys in my history of the 485J supplement that got denied. One time, USCIS found this guy working as a restaurant manager. While he was a software guy, they actually sent a notice of intent to deny, and they hired us, but we were not successful. In the liquor license, he said that the only job he does is the restaurant manager. We got that 485 denied. The second guy was actually, he was doing food stamps. He was collecting, saying that he's a U.S. citizen. He collected food stamps, so we lost. I honestly, I did not do that. But anyway, we lost them. That's only two cases that I can think about the 485J denials.
Okay. Thank you so much, then. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Rahul Garu, here we have a next question on YouTube, Andy, before we take the next caller. It is from Krishna. And his question is, the H4EAD card was misplaced by USPS. Can I skip replacement card now and directly apply for the EAD during the next renewal in 1 year? If yes, then should I select initial or replacement or renewal in I-765?
Both. I will do both the things at the same time. If he's eligible for renewal, though, because sometimes what happens is the spouse might have extended the H-1B because they moved to a different company, they may still be eligible to, I will file the extension right now. Okay. Or sometimes the spouse might have filed an amendment plus an extension, which they have not filed together. I will do that too. At the same time, I will do the replacement. Here is the question. Anything that pops up, anything that comes up, I'm going to use it. I'm going to try both methods, not a single method.
Okay. So that's your answer.
And I will also use a third method, is that normally when the mail goes back to the USCIS, it will take approximately around 60 days for to get the mail back and reflect on the system. I will raise a service request and see if they would resend the EAD back to you. So I will do all three steps, not one, not two, but three.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. That's a great piece of advice, Andy. Let's take the caller question 5003. Please ask your question. Caller ending with 5003.
Hi, Chitra, can you hear me?
Yes, yes, please go ahead with your question.
Hi, Rahul. My question is regarding Form 9089. My priority date is September 2015. But I worked with one of the employers from middle of 2013 to early 2014. But in Perm application, it was typed as 2003 to 2014. Instead of 2013, it was typed as 2003. And Perm got approved, I-140 got approved in EB2. When I asked attorney that time, he said that since I-140 is approved, there won't be any issues. But recently, I was told that I downgrade to EB3 and apply for 485, there may be a chances that the I-140 will be revoked because of incorrect employment history in POM, and I will lose the priority date. Do you suggest me to apply for new POM or continue with the POM I have and go for EB3 downgrade in the future if my priority date becomes current for data filing?
What is the experience required for that position? That's important though. Are you meeting the requirements if it is 2013 instead of 2003? Are you meeting the requirements? That's the first question. The second question that pops up is that when you submitted the experience letter though, of course, obviously you didn't submit any experience letter, or you might have submitted only experience letter between 2013. You definitely have not submitted the experience letter of 2003. If you have not submitted any letter though, that means that most probably that employment has never been relied upon. They might have relied upon the other thing. The third question that also comes up is that, let's say your company A filed for the green card application. The experience they are speaking about is this with the same company or with a different company?
Same company.
Previous company. Same company.
No, same company.
What about the previous company experience? When did it ended? Did it ended between 2003 and 2013, or you never had any experience with the previous company?
I had previous experiences from 2013 to 2014 in US, and I had one experience from 2009 to 10 in India.
So what you're telling is that in that period of time, you actually worked between the 2003 and whatever period you're speaking about. You worked with some other company and you listed that company in the labor certification.
Correct.
That is a clerical error, though. That is a clerical error because it's a clear clerical error. So I am going to go with filing the I-140 under the downgrade application. I'm going to do that. That looks to be a clerical error to me. It was not relied upon because you have an experience with the other company. You could not have been working with the other company and this company at the same time. You did not provide the experience letter. So I am going to use that to file a AB3 for you.
Got it. Thanks so much.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you. And thank you so much, Andy. And Rahul Garu, this was the last call for the day, Andy. And thank you so much for the great service you're offering, Rahul Garu, for all our TV Asia Telugu audience. A truly, truly commendable work that you are doing.
Thank you. I want to remind everybody to write the letter to the congressman. There's a new letter that we drafted. This is for the new legislation. Please keep writing letter to the congressman. And this is the only letter that is available in nobody ever published it. This is the only letter that we do it. We understand you guys, TV Asia, immigration team, you, me, and Nitya, we understand you guys. So we have given this draft for you so that you can use it to write the congressman.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Andy. I think everybody of us, let's do our part in get the ball rolling and see some bright times ahead. Thank you so much, Rahul Garu. Have a great vacation. Just want to also thank all our title sponsor, Test Prep Pundits here, and our show sponsor, Manabadi and Maya Jewelers, for all your support. Thank you so much, Rahul Garu. And see you all next week. Thank you.
Are your kids aiming for top Ivy League colleges? Are your kids aiming for top 1% scores in SAT or ACT? What is the biggest hurdle? English. To have a strong foundation in English, Test Prep Pundits presents long-term SAT, ACT English program with robust curriculum and experienced teachers. For grades 6 through 10, just $80 a month. Contact us, info@testpreppundits.com, or call us, 844-383-7844.
Fine diamond jewelry is now one click away. Maya Fine Jewels, a family legacy manufacturing their own jewelry since 1975. Shop online for lab-certified diamond jewelry at Indian prices. Visit your trusted family jeweler, Maya Fine Jewels, at 1315 Oak Tree Road, Islin, New Jersey. Shop online at mayafinejewels.com.
సిలికాన్ ఆంధ్ర మనబడి అమెరికాలో ACS వాస్క్ గుర్తింపు పొందిన ఏకైక తెలుగు విద్యాలయం. మీ పిల్లలను 2021-2022 తరగతులలో చేర్పించండి. తరగతుల నమోదు ప్రారంభమైనది. సెప్టెంబర్ 11, 2021 నుండి తరగతులు ప్రారంభం. మనబడిలో చేర్పిద్దాం, తెలుగు భాష నేర్పిద్దాం. మరిన్ని వివరాలకు సంప్రదించండి manabadi.siliconandhra.org, info@manabadi.siliconandhra.org, 1844-626-BUDDY.
Hire international teachers who are well trained in U.S. curriculum for just $20 an hour, or for 2 students group, $15 an hour. We teach math, science, and English for elementary, middle, and high school. Contact info@testpreppundits. Call at 844-383-7844.
A new wave in the test prep. Test prep pundits offer SAT, PSAT, ACT just for $499, with powerful teachers, with top 1 percentile tutors, and powered by stellar digital curriculum. Contact us at info@testpreppundits.com or call at 844-383-7844.
100% certified precious stone మరియు uncut diamond ఆభరణాల అపూర్వమైన కలెక్షన్. బైబ్యాక్ గ్యారంటీతో పాటు జెమ్స్టోన్ జ్యువెలరీ ఫెస్టివల్ మలబార్ గోల్డ్ అండ్ డైమండ్స్ లో